Good to see you all today. Today, we are going to talk about a very important thing that is affecting each and everyone's life, and that is about what are you focusing on? Have you ever given a thought to it? What are you focusing on day in and day out? Just give a thought to that, and with that, we will start this pattern, and it is called. Let's start with the pattern. We are going to draw a little triangle in the center, a small triangle out here. It's okay if it's not the perfect center. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to draw concentric triangles till I cover the entire post-it. Something like this. Fill the entire post-it and just mindfully close all the three sides of your triangle. Yeah? So let's start doing that. Do not do it in a hurry, just do it mindfully. And with each line you draw, think what are you focusing on these days? Are you focusing on lack? Are you focusing on abundance? Or are you focusing on the things that are not going right in your life? Have you ever focused on what's going good, what's positive? Give a thought to it. Whilst you are drawing the lines, it's okay if they are wonky. That's not a problem. No one's perfect over here. So with that acceptance, I'm going to draw my wonky lines, my concentric triangles, very mindfully. There's a there's a famous saying that goes like this: whatever you focus on expands. That's what we're trying to bring out in this pattern. It was a small thought, a small feeling that I had in my mind, and I'm just focusing on it, and look what I'm doing. It has expanded. It has become so big. That's when it takes place in our mind, and we start believing those things. The mind doesn't understand what's good, what's bad. We know it. It's up to us to focus on the good and not the bad. The mind will focus or will expand whatever it is. I've been focusing a lot on, no, I'm not very sure if I'm really good at my meditative patterns. I'm not sure whether I should go live. And I was only focusing on the lack. I was wondering how can I share my work with the world when I'm not very good at it, or when I'm not very sure if I can teach them or if I can share my work with them. And that kept me away from sharing my work with you for almost a year. So when you fill the, or am I focusing on the positive aspects? Am I looking at them as challenges, or am I looking at them as opportunities? That's the difference. Just change your focus if you've realized what is it that you're focusing on. You do not want it to expand like this if it is something negative that can create havoc in your life, in your body, in your relationships, anywhere. Let's continue for 3 more minutes, and if it doesn't get completed, you can complete it after the session. There's no hurry. This is a very therapeutic experience. When you fill each of these sections with the black micro tip, you will experience a kind of calm. It, it allows you to focus on just filling the spaces without leaving any gaps. To not keep it steady, I just kept it so that you can see it here properly. You can rotate your post-it. So I'm going to complete filling each of these sections. You can make your lines thinner, closer to each other. That will give a very different look to your pattern. At the end, when you actually observe, you will see that the triangle is as if radiating out. It's just expanding. And that is how it is when you expand on whatever you are thinking about. When you just focus on one thing, it expands like this. It radiates, it just fills up the entire thought process, your space. If it's a good thought, if you're focusing on something, on your career, on something that you want to develop, create, great, go ahead with it. But be very, very mindful and careful when you're focusing on something negative, because I have learned the hard way that whatever you resist, that persists. And when I resist something, I'm constantly thinking about it, and that is expanding. That is not going away. It stays there, and in a bigger way. And I would like to give you all a quick tip on this. Um, there, there is something called transaction log. Try to maintain that. So you can set a reminder on your mobile, on your phone, wherein every 2 hours you're going to it'll ring an alarm, and just stop and introspect what are you thinking about in that moment. So every 2 hours the phone will ring, it will give you a reminder. Think about what is it that I'm focusing on. Note it down. Thank you so much.